and may believe eternally.
Greetings, my fellow creatures of the night. Welcome back to the Geriatric Goth, where we dust the cobwebs off of classic cinema to see how it works in today's atmosphere. Today, we're unearthing a film that was the first of Universal's monster mashups. We're talking, of course, about Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman, a film that takes place in Nazi-era Germany, but strangely doesn't feature any Nazis, but does feature a werewolf and the Frankenstein monster, along with a lot of singing happy villagers. In the 1940s, Universal decided their best way forward with the horror films was to create kind of a mashup, kind of like this monster meets that monster. And so Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman is the first sequel to the Wolfman films, but not the first sequel to Frankenstein. There's quite a bit of backstory to the Universal Frankenstein mythos up to this film, and this film continued that story, featuring the granddaughter of the original Frankenstein. This is a film chock full of gothic atmosphere, chills, thrills, a little bit of camp, and a lot of fun. It features a battle royale that's worthy of anything that would appear in the WWF today. If you have a moment, take a second, just if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, like the channel. If you would like to, take a second and take a look at our merch, which features coffee mugs, some shirts, that kind of thing. You can also donate to the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee link, and all this is linked in the description below. Also, as you're going, let me know, what is your favorite Universal horror film? What do you think of Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman? Was it the best of the team-ups or just the first? Let's get started. First, we'll take a moment to talk about a legendary screenwriter, the man who created the Wolfman and the werewolf mythology that we know today, a man named Kurt Siodmak. The screenplay was written by Kurt Siodmak, a name horror fans know well. Born in Germany, he fled Nazi rule and eventually became one of Hollywood's most dependable horror scribes. Siodmak gave us the enduring mythology of the Wolfman. His 1941 script essentially created the lore of the cursed lycanthrope we still use today. He was also a master of weaving paranoia, science, and superstition into tight, moody narratives. With Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman, he had a unique challenge, not just continuing Larry Talbot's tragic story, but also fusing it with Universal's Frankenstein legacy. The result? A tale that feels like two films attached together, much like the monster himself. The film opens in the true Gothic style, with grave robbers disturbing Larry Talbot's crypt, only to awaken him under the light of the full moon. Lon Chaney Jr. once again plays Talbot, bringing his signature blend of anguish and brute force. Driven by desperation, Talbot searches for a way to end his cursed immortality. His journey takes him from foggy graveyards to the icy mountains, and he crosses paths with the Frankenstein monster, played here by Bela Lugosi. Now, Lugosi as the monster is infamous. After stealing scenes as Dracula, his turn under the square forehead and neck bolts was less successful. Originally, Lugosi's monster was meant to speak, explaining the blindness from Ghost of Frankenstein. But when test audiences laughed, Universal cut his dialogue, leaving Lugosi to stumble around stiffly. Still, the film has undeniable atmosphere. Director Roy Ward Neal, known for his work on the Sherlock Holmes movies, bathes the story in gothic shadows, crumbling castles, and eerie laboratories. The final showdown between the Wolfman and the monster is short but spectacular for its time. Two horror titans clashing amidst explosions and chaos. Is this high art? No, not exactly. But for fans of monster cinema and creature features, it is a high watermark and a milestone in the way that horror movies were being made. It was the first of the mashup films, something that would eventually lead to House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and eventually Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Maybe the best horror comedy ever made. All right, let's break it down. What works and what doesn't. Lon Chaney Jr. remains the heart of the film. His Wolfman is both terrifying and tragically human. The gothic production, design, and atmosphere are rich, moody, and classic Universal horror at its best. And of course, the novelty of two monsters battling was irresistible in 1942 and still fun today. What doesn't work? The Frankenstein monster is underwhelming. Lugosi is awkward and strangely stiff. The pacing drags in the middle, leaning too heavily on wandering and exposition. And the much hyped monster fight is frustratingly short. Blink and you might miss it. Oh, for atmosphere, for sheer fun, this is how I rate Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman. It's not perfect, but for fans of Universal's Monsterverse, it's an essential piece of cinema. This is a must-see, if only for the singing villagers. And that's all for tonight's Cripside Chat, fiends. What did you think of Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman? Is it a perfect mashup? Or did it fall apart when they tried to stitch together two classic monsters? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you love Frankenstein Meets the Wokfman? Or do you prefer Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein? Or maybe Freddy versus Jason? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. We will see you next time on the Geriatric Goth. Take care.
Life is short, but death is long.